Today the first topic that we will cover is your another fossil fuel, that is natural gas. Natural gas. So natural gas basically consists of the major component of natural gas consists of your methane. Methane, which almost constitutes your 95% of the total natural gas. It also contains some amount of ethane and your propane, and is found alongside with the petroleum deposits. That means once you will drill the rocks and you will take out the petroleum gas as well as petroleum products, so you will also there might be chances that you will also get natural gas. Natural gas itself is an excellent fuel which is actually formed by the decomposition of your plants or vegetative parts of the plants. So why natural gas is nowadays preferred over your other fossil fuels like petroleum? So the best part is, when you will talk in terms of advantage, first point is it is a clean fuel. Why it is clean fuel? When ethane burned in the presence of oxygen, it releases, you will please balance out the equation, 2 and 2. So why I call it as a clean fuel? Because when natural gas is burned, it releases only CO2. Although CO2 is a greenhouse gas which causes global warming, but it does not releases any other toxic substances along with carbon dioxide. Second, this is the first point. Second point is excellent calorific value. When I taught you about an ideal fuel, I have already said that those fuels which have very good calorific value, approx 50 to 60 kilojoule per gram, those will be considered as excellent fuel. So natural gas has a calorific value approx 50 kilojoule per gram. And the third advantage is of your natural gas is nowadays it can be compressed in the form of CNG, that is called compressed natural gas, and that is basically used for transportation purpose. If you go to National Capital Region, that is NCR, you will see lots of CNG gas pumps, gas stations where it is filled in your cars, and because of its excellent quality as an clean fuel, nowadays it is used for transportation purposes. CNG is also used nowadays for domestic as well as industrial purposes. So these are the advantages of natural gas. Now, the topic that we will discuss is what is a thermal power plant. A power plant which uses any fossil fuel to release heat energy that further is converted into electrical energy is called as thermal power plant. Again, I am repeating, a power plant which uses fossil fuel to generate heat energy that is finally converted to electrical energy is called a thermal power plant. So in the thermal power plant, first we will study about the construction of a thermal power plant, and the second topic that we will talk about is how conversion of energy takes place in case of a thermal power plant. Please note, ये बहुत teachers नहीं बताते हैं, लेकिन how transformation of energy takes place from your heat energy to final electric energy, that we have to show in the form of a flow chart. Clear? So now first we will understand what is a thermal power plant. A thermal power plant basically consists of a boiler. This is the boiler, where in the furnace, this is a furnace. In the furnace, let's say coal or some petroleum gas or natural gas is basically burned, as a result of which a huge amount of heat energy is released. Huge amount of heat energy is released. The water present in the boiler now gets converted into steam. The steam has huge. The steam energy poses huge amount of kinetic energy. The water, because of the heat released by what? Your coal, gets converted into your kinetic energy. The steam which possesses high amount of kinetic energy as well as pressure is used to rotate the turbine. That means the kinetic energy finally gets converted into your mechanical energy. The mechanical energy so developed is used to rotate the shaft of the generator. That we will read afterwards. The shaft, when rotated, is used to rotate the coil which is present inside the generator, as a result of which your electrical energy is released. The electrical energy so released via transformers and grid is sent to your home, where it could be converted into further your heat energy. In case of your iron, it could get converted into sound energy. In case of your what? TV or radio. So this is how a thermal power plant works. Again, I am summarizing. In case of the water, first, the coal which is present in the furnace is heated. The heat energy so produced finally converts the water into steam. The steam possesses huge amount of kinetic energy as well as pressure, which is used to rotate the turbine. The shaft which is attached with the turbine further moves the coil which is present inside the electric generator, and as a result of which electrical energy is produced. Now the electrical energy so produced once reaches your home is used to convert into various forms. Like the electrical energy gets converted into heat energy when an iron is used. The same electrical energy gets converted into sound energy when a TV is used, and thus how conversion of energy takes place. In the last topic, I will talk about the disadvantage of fossil fuels. Now you just jot it down. About what are the disadvantages of fossil fuel. The first and the most easy example, in exam you have to write, in case if in the exam the paper is about what are the limitations of using fossil fuels or disadvantage of fossil fuels, you just have to write 3 to 4 points. So you have to be very precise also. Now the first disadvantage of using a fossil fuel is that it is a non-renewable resource of energy, or a non-renewable source of energy. Means the reserves of fossil fuels are very limited in the earth. So once finished, it will take further million of years to reproduce. That means it is a non-renewable resource of energy. The second point is, you might see that whenever you burn coal or even a twig, it releases lots of acids. The acids released is very harmful, and it is responsible for causing air pollution because it forms SPM. Please write it down. Suspended particulate matter. This is responsible for causing not only air pollution, but it is also responsible for causing various respiratory diseases in humans like asthma. Clear? The third point is the burning of fossil fuel releases lot of CO2 and CH4 etc gases, which are actually greenhouse gases. So if someone asks what are greenhouse gases, those gases which have tendency to absorb the radiations released by the earth, heat radiations coming from the sun, and further when it gets absorbed when reflected back from the earth's surface, is called greenhouse gases. So what happens, these greenhouse gases increases the average temperature of earth. responsible for causing global warming. अब फिर कोई तुमसे पूछे कि what are the disadvantage of global warming, तो what will happen? It will is responsible for increasing the average temperature of the earth. That means गर्मी बढ़ जाएगी. Second point is melting of ice present in the glacier. The third point is it will lead to increase outflow of water to the sea and oceans, as a result of which the coastal areas, let's say the coastal areas of this is, let's say, our India. So the coastal areas will get submerged. Please note it down. What are the causes of global warming? Mein average temperature increases. दूसरा, what I said, melting of ice caps and your glaciers. The third point is submerge of coastal, submergence होगा, submergence of coastal areas. And the fourth important point is it will also lead to change in monsoon pattern. Change in what? Monsoon pattern. So these are the disadvantages of global warming. Now the last topic is, so again I will say, burning of fossil fuels releases greenhouse gases like CO2, methane, etc., which is responsible for causing global warming. अगर कोई आपसे डिसएडवांटेज ऑफ ग्लोबल वार्मिंग पूछे तो ये 4 पॉइंट लिख दीजिएगा. एंड लास्ट पॉइंट, बर्निंग ऑफ फॉसिल फ्यूल रिलीजेस ऑक्साइड्स ऑफ कार्बन, oxides of nitrogen, as well as oxides of sulfur. So when released in the atmosphere, what happens? It reacts with water. It reacts with water to form carbonic acid. Oxides of nitrogen is responsible for causing nitric acid, and oxides of sulfur is responsible for causing sulfurous acid. So now in the atmosphere it is responsible for formation of carbonic acid, nitric acid, as well as sulfurous acid. So whenever there is rain, it comes along with the rain and falls to the surface of the earth. Now what are the disadvantages of acid rain? Again I am telling, acid rain is nothing but it is the formation of different type of acids like carbonic acid, nitric acid, sulfurous acid, and coming along with the rainwater. So again, what are the disadvantages of acid rain? Most important point is it causes deterioration of बिल्डिंग्स. मार्बल का जिसका भी घर होगा, एसिड रेन उसको क्या करेगा? उसका it will destroy it, it will change it will make it discolor or it is. Second is, when this rain water having acid rain, having along with when this acid rain reaches to the various water resources, it increases the pH value of the water level, responsible for death of the aquatic animals. That is all about disadvantages of fossil fuels. Please write it down. The last topic that we will cover is that how we can reduce the pollution which is caused by burning of fossil fuels. The topic that we will do today is how to reduce air pollution caused by your fossil fuels. The first very important answer to this question is reforestation or afforestation or planting more and more trees. It's very simple. Because burning of fossil fuels releases CO2 in a major portion. And when we plant more and more trees, what will happen? It will take the CO2 and it will release oxygen. The second is your using catalytic converters in your automobiles. What happens? The catalytic converter is basically a device which converts carbon monoxide into carbon dioxide as well as nitrogen oxides of nitrogen into nitrogen, which is totally unreactive. So what happens? It basically converts more poisonous gas into CO2, and that CO2 can further be reduced by planting more and more trees. The third is your scrubbers. आपके बुक में स्क्रबर का डायग्राम नहीं दिया हुआ है. स्क्रबर इज बेसिकली अ टैंक विच इज हैविंग वाटर एज वेल एज लाइम डिसॉल्व इन इट. एक टैंक बना होता है जिसमें लाइम और वाटर लेते हैं. द व्हाट हैपेंस, द डस्ट और योर impure air is fed into it. The water which comes out through the nozzles, the water comes out through the nozzle, and what happens? The dust, like the sand particles or the mud particles, they get dissolved with the spring water, while the lime converts the sulfur dioxide into calcium sulfate, which get deposited on the lower part of the tank. Now the air that you will get is devoid of all this, and the pure air comes out from the outlet chamber. So this is what using scrubbers. And fourth is your ESPS. Electrostatic precipitators are those devices which works on the basis of charges. What happens? ESP, there are two types of terminals on it, anode and cathode. And what happens? The dust particles, when it enters on the basis of charges, the different dust particles get separated. So these are the 4 ways that you will use to reduce air pollution caused by burning of fossil fuels. That's all for today. Thank you.